Hello everybody, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you and I'm so glad you clicked on. Today we are doing the mid-year book tag. I have been seeing this video float around YouTube for a little bit. I believe July 2nd is actually the mid-year point. I compiled a little list of questions from booktubers and my own questions that we're going to go through today. I have quite a bit of books that I want to talk about, and I was trying not to use these same books for different questions. I tried to get a little bit of variety so you guys can see more of what I've read. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right in with the first question is how many books have I read this year so far? I have read 74 books out of my 100 for my Goodreads reading goal. How many books do I own in total? I own 328 books. Yeah, 328 books, and that's not counting the ones that I have listed on Pango. So 328 books, and that's including my physical TBR of 116 books that I have unread. Anywho, what are my top 3 5-star reads this year? So far, I have, we definitely have some variety with this one. So first, we're going to talk about Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. Oh my god, I loved this book so much. I literally read it like 2 days ago or something, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about this. This was such a good romance book. Highly recommend picking this up. Definitely one of my favorites of the year. And then we have Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. This is my favorite book in the Throne of Glass series. I absolutely loved Kingdom of Ash, but this book had everything I could possibly want in it. It was done so well. Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. This is the final Magnolia Parks book in the MPU universe. And this book was also beautiful. The character growth and development in this book was so good. And I know it's like a iffy series for a lot of people, but this is one of my all-time favorite series. So this was a 5 stars in February, I think, when it came out, or was it March? I don't know, but absolutely love this. The next question is best sequel that I've read this year, and I haven't read like a sequel in anything that I've really enjoyed. So for this one, I am just going to be pulling back up Into the Dark. I know it's not a sequel. It's like, what is it called? But it's a continuation of a series, and I think that this should count. So Into the Dark is my favorite book that I read in a series. I just haven't been loving the second book in the series recently. I don't know what it is. I think it's just what I'm reading, but I just like have not been enjoying a lot of those. And a lot of the ones are fantasy books, which is unfortunate that I'm not enjoying them. But however, really enjoyed this. And this is what I'm going to consider a sequel for this question. Next, we have a new release that I have not read yet, but really want to. This one is a pretty new release. I think it came out last month in June. It is a novel love story by Ashley Poston. I have read both of her books, The Dead Romantics and The 7-Year Slip, and both of them were so good. I rated The 7-Year Slip a 5, and then The Dead Romantics a 4.5. Her writing style is beautiful, and I just love the way that she writes her characters. Her books always have like an element of magic or like some sort of, I don't know, they're always different. They're always so good and different. Like, it's not just a romance, there's something else going on, and the character growth that she writes in her novels are always so well done. So very excited to get into this. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but this is a new release that I really want to get to. Biggest surprise. So I didn't have like any huge surprises, but one that I was very shocked by was Wayward. I recently read this and absolutely really enjoyed it. I rated it a 4 stars, but honestly, I think about it pretty frequently, so I think I might just bump it up to a 4.5. I really enjoyed the storyline and how Amelia Hart wrote these characters. This book follows 3 different women in like over different centuries, and it all wraps up so nicely. There's a lot of elements of nature. It's definitely like a women's fiction, women's growth, lots going on in this book. It's definitely a heavier read, so I would definitely check trigger warnings, but this was a big surprise for me. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this nearly as much as I did, so this was a good one. I'm really happy about this surprise. I actually am planning on picking up more books by this author. I'm aware she has a new release coming out, I think, in the new year. called The Sirens, and I really, really, really would love to read that. So that's that. Biggest surprise. New favorite author is the next question, and I do have two for these, because, well, why the heck not? I have Hannah Bonham Young. I absolutely adored this book. I love her writing. I think it was very just like joyful, but had depth. Genuinely just love these characters. I think the way that she writes is so like smooth. There's nothing she's just a new favorite author. And then Annabelle Monaghan. I'm definitely gonna be picking up both of these authors' books more often. They're definitely going to be auto-buy authors for me, which is very exciting. I'm very happy that I was able to find these two authors. They write romance so well. These are the types of romance books that I absolutely love. They both have depth, they both have great characters, and it's just, these are really fun stories to follow, so I'm really excited to get more into these authors. A book that made me cry. So there's quite a few books that have made me bawl my eyes out, but one that I really remember bawling my eyes out for was Under the Whispering Door. I was doing a little half and half read of audio and reading it, and oh my god, I was literally at work sobbing because of this book. Oh, somebody wanted to make an appearance. A book that made me happy is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I just genuinely had such a good time reading this. It was a book that I just like flew through, but also didn't want it to end. I was just so happy reading this. It was great being in this little Rose Hill world and with the characters. It was just a lovely time. There was nothing about this book that I didn't like. I rated it 5 stars. So this is one of the books this year that made me just happy. Okay, so the next question is the most beautiful book that I've bought this year. And this year I actually got the Illumicrate book subscription. So this was actually very hard to choose from since they send such beautiful books. They're like literally works of art. I just picked the one that I think is the prettiest. It is To Gaze Upon a Wicked God, or To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods. I mean, like, look at this cover. And then the sprayed edges, absolutely stunning. I think that this book is literally beautiful. Not only is there really pretty end papers, I think it's the same one. Oh no, it's not. Like, are you kidding me? That's stunning. And then the actual book itself is gorgeous. I just think that this is a stunning edition of this. So then we have top 5 books that I want to read by the end of this year. We have quite a bit of fantasy on this list. I have these books with me. I really want to read One Dark Window. Like, I really want to get to this very soon. I feel like it's a book that I'm going to be obsessed with. Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I'm actually planning on starting this relatively soon here, within the month. So this is a book that I've been wanting to get to for quite some time. I hope that I love it. I've heard that it's kind of a little bit hard to get into, but I do want to finish up reading all of the Sarah J. Maas books that I own, and this is the final series by her that I have to catch up on. And then I have Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. As I already mentioned, she's one of my new favorite authors, so I would really love to read some more books by her, and this is one of the ones that I already own that I'm really excited to get to. And then I have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I really want to pick this up. I read, what is it called? Oh, the Shadow and Bone trilogy, like 2-ish years ago. It was one of the first fantasy books that I picked up, and I would really like to get to this because I did enjoy her writing style. It was very easy to read, and I've heard nothing but good things about this series, so I really would like to pick this up. And then I also really want to read Dance of Thieves. I've also heard nothing but good things about this book, and it's just another one that I really want to pick up this year. How many 5 stars have I read this year? I've actually read 11 5-star books, so out of 74, I feel like that's a pretty good number. These are books that I want to reread. So I haven't reread any books this year so far, but I really am planning on it. The first book that I really want to pick up and reread is the ACOTAR series. I have these gorgeous editions, and I would love to just read these and annotate and just go back into this world. I miss these characters so much. And then the next book that I want to reread is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I just remember reading this and absolutely loving it, and I would love to experience that again, so I want to pick this up as well. I want to reread Magnolia Parks. I have just been missing these characters, and I don't know when the next book is coming out, so I would really just love to go back, deep dive, deep annotate, and just relive through these books. So, a book that I enjoyed with mixed reviews. This is actually really funny because the only book that I could think of was Tower of Dawn. I really enjoyed this book, and I know a lot of people don't, but I thought it was done so well. It was such a great romance story, and I feel like the side plots and everything that was going on was done really well. I rated this a 4 stars. And I really liked the characters. I liked reading their story. I think it was really cool how everything tied together in this book, because reading Empire of Storms and then getting into this, I was like, oh my god, everything's making sense. So I absolutely adored this, and a lot of people don't. So I also didn't do the tandem read when I read this. I know that that's a big thing, but I did not tandem read. I read Empire of Storms and then I went into this, and I really enjoyed it. And then the final question is 5-star predictions. So this one's a little bit tricky because I don't know. Oh, okay. So 5-star predictions. I have Heartless Hunter, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune, One Dark Window. Oh, Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. I forget when that's coming out, but I think it's pretty soon. Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. Alright friends, that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you all enjoyed. Let me know if you have any answers for any of these questions. I would love to hear what your favorite books are this year, or how many books you've read so far, if you're close to your reading goal. That is going to be all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.